and B are square matrices of the same order, and B is a skew symmetric matrix. Okay, A and B, they are matrices of same order, and B is given to be skew symmetric. B skew symmetric andre enayitu? B is equal to, B transpose is equal to minus B I2. Then you have to find out what is A dash B A. So ನೀವು A dash B A ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Whether it is a null matrix, whether it is a diagonal matrix, whether it is a skew symmetric matrix, or it is a symmetric matrix. Okay, you have to find out how A dash B A will be. So let us see what happens to A dash B A whole transpose. Okay, so you know that AB transpose will be B transpose into A transpose. Let us make use of this property here. This will be A transpose B transpose into A transpose whole transpose, which is equal to A dash, A transpose B transpose into A. Okay, so you know that B transpose is equal to minus B. Okay, let us put minus B in the place of B transpose. That is, this will be A transpose minus B into A, which is minus A transpose BA. So namge enaytu, A transpose BA is equal to minus A transpose BA, which is minus of, so namge, if we have A transpose, A dash BA whole transpose is equal to minus of the same product of the matrix. Namge yav form bantu? A transpose is equal to minus A form bantu. So we can say that A dash BA is
Skew symmetric matrix.
okay. Okay, we'll continue in the next class. Thank you. Yes, good evening, all of you. Microbes in human welfare. Can anyone tell me what are the importance of microorganisms in household?
Production of dough, production of cheese, curd.
Yes, good. Yes. So lactobacillus, you have to remember LAB, lactic acid bacteria, which releases lactic acid, which mainly helps in the conversion of milk to curd, isn't it? Yogurt and cheese. These are all the products of lactobacillus itself. And what is the main importance of lactic acid bacteria? It increases the nutritive quality of the milk, and which mainly increases the vitamin B12, right? So please remember, vitamin B12 is a vitamin which is increased by the lactic acid bacteria. Okay, so yogurt, can anyone tell me which bacteria is involved in the yogurt? Yogurt produced by the curdling of milk, right? With the help of what type of bacteria?
Lactobacillus.
Lactobacillus ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ Streptococcus thermophilus. Please make a note. Thermophilus. This bacteria is also involved. Streptococcus thermophilus as well as lactobacillus. Lactobacillus. Okay, these two bacteria which involves in the production of yogurt is a very thick curd, okay, which is very good for health actually. Then lactobacillus bulgaricus, you can take lactobacillus bulgaricus. So these two bacteria are involved. Okay. Then cheese, coming to the cheese now. So what is a cheese? I've already told me, right? It is the oldest milk product. Okay. So there are 3 types of cheese you have studied. What is that? Can anyone tell me?
Swiss cheese, Roquefort cheese.
Yes. Then one more is there. Swiss cheese and Roquefort cheese you have already studied in your NCERT syllabus only. So one more is Camembert. Write down Camembret cheese. It is also a type of cheese, okay, produced from Penicillium camberti. Write down. So Penicillium, it is obtained from which fungus? Which is nothing but Penicillium camberti. Camberti. Okay. Sorry, one sec. Camembert. Okay, so this is a fungus name. From that we will get this type of cheese. So Swiss cheese nimgeಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ, which is obtained from which bacteria?
Propionibacterium shermani.
Which produces a large holes in them by the production of
Carbon dioxide gas.
Good. Yes, next one is coming to the bread produced from which yeast? We'll go a little bit fast.
Saccharomyces cerevisiae.
Very good. Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Toddy. What is toddy?
Traditional drink of palm.
Drink, South India.
Very nice. Good. That is fermented from what? Fermentation of sap of palm. Yes, sap of palm. Okay. So this is about some of the microorganisms which comes under household products. Next, coming to the microorganisms in industrial products, fermented beverages. You have to remember
as you know, what are fermenters, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು size vessels ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Fermented beverages are nothing but the alcoholic beverages, where in case of that usually the wine, beer, everything ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Then yeast is used mainly for the fermenting the malted cereals, fruit juices to produce the ethanol. Beer anta bardre, so what is the particular thing we will get it? What is the raw material I'm asking for the production of beer? What is the raw material?
Grapes.
Grapes is for wine, right, ma? Barley malt, nodkole, barley malt is a raw material for the production of beer. Then wine, you already helidira, grapes. So gin, Gin, gin is a kind of a alcoholic drink. It is obtained from what? It is obtained from the fermented rye malt, RYE, rye malt. Okay, na, idu nodkoli. Then fenny, FENNY, fenny. Fenny is obtained from cashew and apple, it seems. Nodkoli. Cashew and apple. It's a fruit fermented drink. FENNY, fenny. Then vodka, VODKA, vodka is obtained from potato. Okay, idella salpa extra points which is not there in your NCERT textbook, which is important for your CET. Salpa nodkoli. Okay na. So after this whiskey nimge gottide cereals alva. Then rum. Rum, it is obtained from what?
Molasses.
Yes, good. Molasses of what? Fermented molasses, you can say. Okay, then wine and brandy and fermented juices. Okay, so that's all about some of the beverages. Coming to the antibiotics now. So antibiotics, Penicillium notatum, species from which we will get it the penicillin antibiotics. Who has found that first one?
Alexander Fleming.
Yes, correct. Alexander Fleming in Eshne Iswe 1928. 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin from Penicillium notatum. Okay, then ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಪ್ಪ. ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ವಾರ್ ನೋಬೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, coming to the name of the antibiotics from bacteria. Few antibiotics, this is all very important. Some of the bacterial antibiotics, in the sense what? The antibiotics which is obtained from bacteria. So first one, can anyone tell me first? Bacitracin, BACITRACIN. Bacitracin is a kind of a antibiotic which is obtained from what species? Bacillus lynchiniformis, LICHENIFORMIS. Okay, remember bacitracin is a kind of antibiotics which is obtained from bacteria. Okay, from bacteria, antibiotics, bacterial antibiotics, you can take it. The second one is subtilin, SUBTILIN, subtilin. Subtilin, it is obtained from Bacillus subtilis. Okay, Bacillus subtilis. Next one, polymyxin. Polymyxin is a type of antibiotic which is obtained from Bacillus polymyxa. Polymyxa, remember. Then last one is gracimicidin, GRAMICIDIN. Idella ನೀವು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ it will be helpful when you go to, this is a brush up. Okay na. Bacillus brevis, BREVIS, brevis. So these are the some of the antibiotics which is obtained from bacteria. Next one, an antibiotic which is obtained from actinomycetes. Actinomycetes is nothing but what? Some of the antibiotics which is obtained from the fungus. Chlorotetracycline. Please write down first. Chlorotetracycline. It is obtained, which is also called as tetracycline. Remember, tetracycline is a combination of, okay, tetracycline is a combination of 4 antibiotics. Remember, 4 antibiotics grouped together forms into tetracycline. Okay. Then chloramphenicol. It is obtained from Streptococcus or Streptomycetes species. Remember, like that. Streptomyces species. Then erythromycin, Streptomyces erythricis, you can say. ERYTHREUS. Then neomycin. ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಸತಿ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರ ನೀವು, neomycin. ಇದು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Neomycin. Streptomyces fradae. FRADIAE. So these are some of the very important antibiotics as well as streptomycin nimgeಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ, which is usually given to a disease like ಯಾವ disease ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಯಾವ disease against ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ streptomycin? Whooping cough, diphtheria, leprosy. Okay, so these are some of the diseases where it is usually given. Next, coming to the organic acids. Can ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಬೇಗ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದು organic acids ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? So I need not to write down. Yes.
Citric acid.
Yes. Obtained.
Citric acid, Aspergillus niger.
Very nice.
Acetic acid, Acetobacter aceti.
Good.
Butyric acid, Clostridium botulicum.
Nice.
Lactic acid, Lactobacillus.
Good. So organic acids ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. Even study about the enzymes also. Lipase enzyme ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ important ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Lipase enzyme which is obtained from which species? ಅದು ಕೂಡ important. Candida lipolytica. ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Lipase enzyme. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ just they have given what is the use of lipase enzyme alva. So lipase, it is obtained from Candida lipolytica. 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 Okay, so Candida lipolytica is a kind of what? It is a kind of fungus. Okay, so are the bacteria you can take. From that they will extract an enzyme called as lipase. So which is usually used in the laundries, right? It is used in the laundries to remove the oil stains from the clothes, right? Next one is the pectinases. It is obtained from Bacillus flavo. ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ ಬೇಗನೆ. BYSSOCHLAMYS. Okay, flavo. FUL. Sorry. FULVO. Fluo. Okay, fluo. Along with the proteases used in clearing the fruit juices. Alva? Retaining fibering agent. Proteases. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಪ್ಟೋಕೈನೇಸಸ್, ಸೈಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಪೋರಿನ್ ಎ, ಅದನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಿಂದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ? Cyclosporin A is obtained from
Trichoderma polysporum.
Very nice. Trichoderma polysporum, which is used as an immunosuppressive agent. Okay, and ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. And Monascus purpuris, ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Monascus purpuris. Very nice. Statins, which is used as a blood cholesterol lowering agent, right? So these are very important points you should remember. Coming to these are all the advantages of microorganisms. Then sewage treatment. In sewage treatment, what is STP? STPs? Sewage treatment plants. Remember, okay? STP stands for don't go to the sexually transmitted diseases or something alla. So STPs stands for sewage treatment plants. So ನಿಮಗೆ sewage treatment ಬಗ್ಗೆ almost ನೀವು regular classes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. about primary treatment, you have to go through it. Then primary sludge andre eno nodಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, very important. Then effluent. Secondary treatment is called as the biological treatment, where some of the important microorganisms are used to clear the sewage, right? ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು. Then activated sludge ಇದಲ್ವಾ, activated sludge ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, why it is used as a starter. Okay, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ BOD. BOD ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ biochemical oxygen demand. And if the biological oxygen demand is more, then what it does stands for, what it
More polluting water.
Very nice, good. Okay, if the BOD is more, then it refers to the polluting agent, or the organic matter is also more. That is, the polluting agent is also more. Yes. Next, after this, biogas, isn't it? Biogas plant, activated sludge ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, biogas production. What are the important thing which is there in the biogas components? So methanogens, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, then after that you have to study about biogas, isn't it? Biogas plant ಏನಿದೆ diagram ಅದು ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. What is the main important microorganisms which are involved in biogas?
Methanogens.
Methanobacterium are the methanogens. Good. Then how these methanogens are present in the cow dung?
They present in anaerobic sludge digester.
Yes, it is in rumen. In rumen, these bacteria help in the breakdown of cellulose, and which play a very important role in the nutrition of cattle, right? So from the cattle, the excreta of the cattle, which is nothing but the cow dung, which mainly contains these types of methanobacteria. So from the methanobacteria, we can generate a biogas. The biogas is also called as what? Gobar gas, right? So idradu concrete tank ಎಷ್ಟು feet ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. It is nearly 10 to 15 feet ಇರುತ್ತೆ. And ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಳ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀವು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. Okay. Then very important is biocontrol agent. Sewage ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಪ್ಪ ನೀವು? ಬಯೋಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೇಳೋಷ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ whenever it is necessary. Then coming to the microbes as biocontrol agent, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ Bacillus thuringiensis, BT cotton ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, Bacillus thuringiensis, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. which is mixed with water, and it will be sprayed onto the vulnerable plants, isn't it? And those will be eaten by the insect larva. ಅದೊಂದು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟ್ರೈಕೋಡರ್ಮಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಟ್ರೈಕೋಡರ್ಮಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ baculoviruses, right? Baculoviruses, which includes in the genus what? Which genus it belongs to? Baculoviruses? Nucleopolyhydrovirus. Very nice. Okay, ಅದನ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅದೊಂದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Then what is the IPM stands for?
Integrated Pest Management Program.
Good. Integrated Pest Management Program. So there it will be used. And microbes as biofertilizers. Anyone? ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿ ಬೇಗನೆ. Microbes as biofertilizers. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ biofertilizers?
Bacteria, fungi, and cyanobacteria are used.
Yes, even rhizobium you can take, right? So rhizobium, as you know, it is present in the leguminous plants, which contains the root nodule, helps in the absorption of atmospheric nitrogen, and it will fix us to the soil. So by that, the soil fertility will be increased. Rhizobium symbiotic association adon helbodu. Azospirillum, Azotobacter, the nostoc, Enobena, then Azolla. Please remember, very important fern it is. Okay, paddy fields alle usual agi use ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವುದು? Azolla, AZOLLA. Azolla is a fern. Okay, symbiotic associated, like it is one of the cyanobacteria. ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು ನೀವು. Cyanobacteria, it forms a symbiotic association with Azolla. It's a fern. And these water fern, this a water fern which also added to the paddy fields ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ. Okay, that's all about very important points regarding this. Now we will move to some of the important questions, whatever I have sent you. Coming to the first question, the microorganisms are microbes are found in. First question.
All of the above.
Yes, good. All of the above. So microorganisms ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಇದೆ. Air, water, then thermal events ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ, vents ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಇದೆ. So which of the following bacteria convert milk to curd? ತುಂಬಾ easy.
Lactobacillus.
Lactobacillus. The dough used for making bread is fermented by
Yeast.
yeast. Oh, it is not the viruses alla. Okay, fourth one. Okay, then Saccharomyces. In second question ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಮನ್ನ? I need not to tell you. Trypanosbacterium shermani, Swiss, Saccharomyces cerevisiae. ಅಲ್ಲಿ thermophilic bacteria ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ?
Yogurt.
Yes, correct. Okay, yogurt. Then fourth question. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is used for the commercial production of
Ethanol.
Ethanol.
ethanol. It is not methanol. So ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ confusion ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ. Toddy is a traditional drink of
South India.
South India.
yes. Ethanol is commercially produced through a particular species of
Saccharomyces.
Saccharomyces.
Yes, correct. Antibiotics are used to treat diseases like
All of
All
the
of the
above.
above.
all of the above. ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ treat ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಹೌದು. Then yeast used in the production of
Bread and beer.
Bread and
correct. Then the ninth one. An undistilled alcoholic beverage produced from grain mesh fermentation is
beer.
Beer.
good. Reverse yeast is
Saccharomyces cerevisiae.
correct. The functions of penicillin as an antibiotic was established by
Alexander Fleming.
Alexander Fleming.
ನೋಡಿ ಅದು
Both 2 and 3, ma'am.
ಎಸ್ ಓಕೆನಾ. ಅರ್ನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚೈನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೊವಾರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ ಯಾರು? ಅಲೆಕ್ಸಾಂಡರ್ ಫ್ಲೆಮಿಂಗ್. ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನೋಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ಬಟ್ ಒಂಥರ ಏನೋ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, 12th one. Baker's yield is from
Second option.
Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Which of the following is a wrong matching of the microbe and its industrial product?
Third option.
Yes, correct. Ilva? Aspergillus niger ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದಿರಾ. Citric acid, Acetobacter acetic acid, yeast, statins. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ Clostridium acetobutylicum it should release
Butyric acid.
ಬ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಮಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್. ನೇಮ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಬಯೋಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್.
Methanogens.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಗೋಬರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ
Methane and carbon dioxide.
correct. The diagram below represents a typical biogas plant. Select the correct options for A, B, C respectively. If you know the diagram, you can easily say. Third option.
Option 3.
Yes, sludge. B ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು CH4 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಎರಡು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. C is the Cl ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ, dung plus water, which is called as what? Slurry, isn't it? Slurry is nothing but the cow dung plus water. They will mix it thoroughly and they will put it into a inlet, which is called as slurry. Okay, 17th one. Given below is the flow chart of sewage treatment. Identify A, B, C, D and E and select the correct option. Nodi try ಮಾಡಿ ಬೇಗನೆ. From the primary treatment, it is going to primary sludge. Then effluent from the primary setting tube. It will goes to A. First, you have to remember.
Large aeration tank.
A is nothing but what? Large aeration tank ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಎಜಿಟೇಟರ್
ma'am.
isn't it? ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ BOD ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ BOD ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, BOD ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. BOD ಇಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, we will get the activated sludge. From the activated sludge, it will goes to the anaerobic sludge digester. So the option 4th is the correct option. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಪ್ಪ? So if you
Yes, ma'am.
don't think like only theoretical ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. So like this the flow chart ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. You should be knowing after which process takes place. Even in the diagrammatic sketch, they only give you and they will make you to find out A andreno, B andreno, C andreno. They have to find out like that. Okay. So 4th option mark ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. 18th one. Study the following flow chart of biogas production and select the correct options for A. Correct options for A you should remember. A ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ? Yes.
First option.
First option ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ. Soluble proteins of monomers ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Option 3.
Yes, correct ma. For the option 3 is correct. See, fermentative microbes. B ಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಏನು ಮೆಥನೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ. C ಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಮೀಥೇನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Fermented microbes, from the microbes methanogenic bacteria will be there. That is a biology second stage, third stage ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? Second stage is nothing but what? Biochemical biological treatment it is, isn't it? So methanogenic bacteria are there, and finally in the third stage what happens, the methane gas will be released. Okay, so that is one, that is how the third option is correct. For 19th one, methanogens are found in
2 and 4.
Yes, ma'am.
second and 4, correct. Third option correct. So it is present in the rumen of cattle also, as well as anaerobic sludge allu kuda some amount of methanogens are present. Okay, so 20th one, which one of the following are not nitrogen fixing organism?
Acetobacter.
Acetobacter allama, nodi innondsati nodi, innondu question odi, which are not
Pseudomonas, ma'am.
nitrogen fixing. Pseudomonas. See, not nitrogen fixing andre they are what? Denitrification process ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Nitrification is nothing but what? Absorption of the atmospheric nitrogen from the atmosphere to the soil. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? They are not nitrogen fixing ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? Which is an example is Pseudomonas. Pseudomonas is an example, so which will not fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Instead of the
Pseudomonas is a denitrifying bacteria.
yes, denitrifying bacteria, not nitrogen fixing organism ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು?
Does not fix nitrogen.
They will not fix nitrogen. Yes, Acetobacter fix ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ? Acetobacter fix ಮಾಡುತ್ತಪ್ಪ.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and ಇದು Nostoc fix ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Anabena ಕೂಡ it will fix the. Okay, which will not fix ಅಂದ್ರೆ no, even though it is a denitrifying bacteria ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ it will not fixes the atmospheric nitrogen to the soil, right? So the option is 4th one. So 21st one, the most important of the symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria which forms nodules on the roots of plants.
Rhizobium.
Rhizobium already ನಾವು discuss ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. Good. In rice fields, biological nitrogen fixation is chiefly brought by cyanobacteria ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, ma'am.
ರೈಸ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯೂಶಲಿ ರೈಸೋಬಿಯಂ ನ ನಾವು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಹಾರ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಟು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ದ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್. ಬಟ್ ರೈಸ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು? ಸೈನೋಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ. A common biocontrol agent for the control of plant disease.
Trichoderma.
Trichoderma.
Yes, trichoderma biocontrol agent ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ವಿ. So 24th ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಪ್ಪ, ವೆರಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. Assertion ಮತ್ತೆ reason question ಇದು. The advantage of synthetic pesticides can be overcome by the use of natural or biopesticides. That is the
Correct, ma'am.
okay. Reason is what? Biopesticides are harmless pesticides that are used to control weeds and pests without causing any damage.
Reason is false.
Both A and R are true only, but R is
But it is not the correct explanation.
isn't it? Yes. ಎರಡು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ, ಇದೇ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 25th ಗೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 26th ಒನ್, ಡಿಸ್ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್.
25th one, ma'am.
Yeah, 25th one. Okay. Yeah, 25th one, sorry. Which of the following is used as biofertilizers?
1, 3, and 4. Third option.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಪ. ಅದೇ 25th ಒನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. 24th 3 ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, 22 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ 23rd ಒನ್ನೇ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ 20 ನೋಡಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಯ್ತೇನಮ್ಮ? 21st ಒನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ?
Yes, ma'am.
22nd cyanobacteria correct. 23rd third one trichoderma correct. 24th one 2 idu 24th agbekalva. Okay, one sec. 24th one is 2, that is the assertion matte idu. Then now it is 25th. Okay, 25th question again answer helidri neevu correct. 2 second one is the answer. Now is 26th. Disadvantage of chemical agents are.
All the 3.
1 and 2.
First option, first, second, and third. Disadvantages of chemical agents. Chemicals are toxic, howdo, harmful to human beings and animals. Correct ado. Then chemical pollutes the environment and plants. Adu correct. So disadvantages. Disadvantages howdo. And the third one, weedicides used to remove weeds also pollute the soil. Weedicides are used to remove the weeds, of course, but it pollutes the soil also, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
all
ma'am.
the disadvantages only. So hagagi 1, 2, 3 kuda eno disadvantages haudu. Okay. So 27th one, which of the following aquatic weed is not used in the production of biogas? Spirulina.
Spirulina.
Yes, spirulina is used for as a nutritive supplement, which contains a very high protein content, which is used by the spacecrafts also. Spirulina and the spirulina tablets alla ide ivaga, which is a little bit costly but very healthy. Okay, proteinous irutte adralli. Okay, so which is not used as the production of biogas. Then 28th one, very easy. Helbidtira, yaar heltira? Mycorrhiza promotes the plant growth by.
Second option.
Second gintanove first option nodipa. Mycorrhiza andre enrama? Myco refers to fungi. Rhiza refers to nearing the surface of the roots. Okay, some fungi which usually symbiotically associated with some roots, which is symbiotic means both are mutually benefited with each other, right? These fungus will go deeper into the soil and absorb the water and the nutrition, and that will be supplied to the plants. So that is the main function of mycorrhiza. Okay, remember, helping the plant by utilizing atmospheric nitrogen antu alve alla, because nitrogen fixing bacteria ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ symbiotically, protecting the plant from infection howdo, but main important function absorbing inorganic ions from the soil. ಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೈಕೋರೈಸಾ ಹೆಸರು ನಿಮ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ದಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಪ್ಪ, ಅದೊಂದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ, 28th one, ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಕ್ ನಾನು ಒಂಚೂರು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಗ್ಯಾಂಬೋಸಾ.
Glomus, ma'am.
ಗ್ಲಾಮಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಗ್ಲಾಮಸ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಹಾ correct. Glomus which gives what? Which ion? Potassium athwa so yaudu?
Phosphate.
Phosphate. Yes, ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ನ ಅದು ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗ್ಲಾಮಸ್, ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಮೈಕೋರೈಸ್ ಆ ಹೆಸರು ಅದು. Okay, that's all for the class now. For this chapter, I'm telling still so many, nearly 100 questions are there from this chapter. So entire 100 questions we are not able to do it. Okay, some of the other questions I will send in the group. I will tell him to send the group. Okay, so just to go through it. If you want, that means I will send the answers also for that. Okay, so some extra questions I will be forwarding this. You just go through it. Yes. Any doubt in this chapter, ma? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, next we will start with excretory products and their elimination. Take the next format. That is from first year PUC. We are doing with one more chapter, excretion, products and their elimination. In this chapter, synopsis, we will do it a little bit fast. Types of excretion. Tell me the types of excretion. What type of excretion we can see?
Aminotelic, ureotelic, uricotelic.
Very nice. Yes. So aminotelic animals are those which usually excrete nitrogenous waste in the form of ammonia, isn't it? So hence it is called as aminotelic animals. So what is an example you can give it for that?
Bony
Fish,
fish, aquatic
frogs.
amphibians, and aquatic insects.
Very nice. Next one, go to it. Next one. Next one is what? Uricotelic. Uricotelic. ಹೇಳಿ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು?
Reptiles, birds, land snails.
Aminotelism. It's the process, the phenomenon is known as aminotelism. Example is fish. Then uricotelism, example is cartilaginous fishes, mammals. Idella tagolbeku. Usually it excretes in the form of urea. So uricotelic, and last one is uricotelic means what? If it excretes
Uric
Uric
acid.
acid.
uric acid. Good. So uric acid ke example heltirama?
Reptiles, birds, and snails.
Very nice. Good. Birds, snakes, idella uricotelic. Then characteristics of some of the urine. Okay, it's a toxicity. In case of aminotelic, it is very high. Remember, toxicity, which is the most toxic among them?
Ammonia.
Aminotelic is the most toxic. Usually, the amount of water required for its expulsion will be, remember, 300 to 500 ml. Then what is the metabolic activity takes place from the in case of aminotelic?
Diffusion.
Oxidize. Okay, so oxidase enzyme activity. Remember, activity. Then solubility in water, whether it is soluble in water, aminotelic.
Highly soluble.
Very nice. Highly soluble. Highly soluble. Then examples ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, amoeba, paramecium ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು under this. Uricotelically less toxic. Okay, just to remember, only 50 ml. 50 ml of the amount of water is required for its explosion. Then ornithine cycle, how the production of urea in our body, that you have to remember from which it releases anta ashtene. Ornithine cycle napka itkole. In case of ornithine cycle, it releases urea and it is very less soluble. Okay, it is very less soluble. Example gotta ide, mammals, whales ella. In case of uricotelic, it is the least toxic. Okay, so remember, least toxic is what? Uricotelic. Okay, so it requires only how much? 10 ml. 10 ml is enough, and formed from purines. It is formed from purines in the uric acid to release agate, and it is the least soluble. It is less soluble ಇದೇನೋ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೇ ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ರೆಪ್ಟೈಲ್ಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. Okay, can anyone tell me other nitrogenous waste products other than this?
Carbon dioxide, water.
Yes, that is there. Other than that, chemicals. Bile pigments, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Other than that, hippuric acid. Have you heard of that? HIPPURIC. Hippuric acid, carboxylic acid, found in the urine of a herbivorous. Usually, this type of waste is produced from the horses. Horses. In case of horses, the urine of the horses usually contains hippuric acid. Okay, that is one of the important thing. And creatine. Creatine, CREATIN, it is found abundantly in muscle, but not in other tissue. Muscles alli jaasti excretion irutte yavrali creatine. Okay, so these are some of the important nitrogenous wastes. ತುಂಬಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಟ್. ಸಮ್ ಅದರ್ ವರ್ಟಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ, ಒನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ. ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದದು? Next topic is some of the excretory organs. Excretory organs in some of the in case of millipede. Anyone knows in case of millipede, centipede, what is excretory organs there? Malpighian tubules. Remember, in case of centipede, millipedes and all, Malpighian tubules, it releases ammonia. Okay. Then hemichordata, chordata nimge gotte ide. I need to tell vertebrate andre one pair of kidney, lungs, liver, skin. Alva, these are all the excretory organs in our body. Not only a pair of kidney, even lungs, liver excretes bile juice, skin excretes sweat, isn't it? Intestine are also accessory. These are all the important organs in our body. Next, coming to the ornithine cycle, please go through it. Ornithine cycle, which is also called as a urea cycle, both one and the same. So that is takes place in the liver. Okay, who has found out that? Who discovered that first one? First point, Hans A. Krubb. Adonsati nodkollipa. Hans A. Krubb. Okay, who has found the first time the urea cycle. Then types of kidney, any idea? What are the types of kidneys? In case of larvae, certain kinds of kidneys are present. They are called as archinopheric kidney. One ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬರೀತೀನಿ, ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಿಡಿ. ARCHINEPHRIC. Okay, actinopheric kidney in case of larvae of certain vertebrates. Okay, then mesonephronic kidney. When Bowman's capsule is present in uniferous tubule like fishes and frog. Fish ಮತ್ತೆ frog ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಕಿಡ್ನಿನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Mesonephric kidney. Okay, this type of kidney is present in case of fishes and frog ಮತ್ತೆ fishes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಕಿಡ್ನಿನ ಈ ತರ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Then a metanephric kidney, META, metanephric kidney. Okay, it is present in case of birds.
Reptiles, birds.
Correct appa. Okay, reptiles, birds alli, mammals alli irutte. Idishtu important types of kidney. Okay, then coming to the human excretory system of human urinary system, ಸೊ ಅದರದ್ದು ಲೆಂತ್, ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್, ಕಾನ್ಕೇವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯುರೇಟರ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ. ಪೆರಿಸ್ಟಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ದ ಯೂರಿನ್ ಪಾಸಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಯುರೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಅ ಪೆರಿಸ್ಟಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಸೋಫೇಗಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ
Yes, ma'am.
ಪೆರಿಸ್ಟಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಓದಿರ. ಫುಡ್ ಪೈಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸ್ವಾಲೋ ದ ಫುಡ್ it will goes through like that. Even in case of kidney also, if the urine is secreted and it has to passes through the ureter, no, it will goes like a contraction of a peristaltic contraction takes place. By that the urine passes through the ureters. Okay, and finally the urinary bladder, it stores the urine temporarily, isn't it? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯುರೇತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ದೆನ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಿಡ್ನಿಲಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಔಟರ್ ಕಾರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಡುಲ್ಲಾ, ರೀನಲ್ ಪೆಲ್ವಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ದೆನ್ ಪ್ಯಾಪಿಲೆ, ರೀನಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾಪಿಲೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ದೆನ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬರ್ಟಿನಿ, ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ನೋಸ್, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಕಾರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮೆಡುಲರಿ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲಮ್ ನ ನಾವು ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬರ್ಟಿನಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ millions of nephrons will be present. So nephrons are called as structural and functional unit of kidney because mainly it releases the purification of blood takes place in the nephrons. So structure of nephrons ali, renal tubules, Bowman's capsule andreno, glomerulus. Then after that you have to study about PCT, DCT, okay. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಗ್ಲಾಮರುಲಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Capsule ultra filtration, okay, you have to go through with ultra filtration, very important. ಯಾವ ತರ ultra filtration ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ counter current effect ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು GFR ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಪ್ಪ, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ಲಾಮರುಲಾರ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ರೇಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಯುಲರ್ ರೀಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ರೀಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಬೈ PCT, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ PCT ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 65% ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ DCT ಲಿ ಡಿಸಿಟಲ್ ಕನ್ವಲ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 5% ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, and very important is ADH ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ADH ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ? What is ADH stands for?
Antidiuretic hormone.
Yes, antidiuretic hormone. ಅದು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಹೈಪೋಥಾಲಮಸ್, ನ್ಯೂರೋ ಹೈಪೋಫೈಸಿಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. Then production of concentrated urine ಯಾವ ತರ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So everything you have to go through it. Okay, so antidiuretic hormone, functions of kidney ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ. Okay, so micturition also, you know, micturition is the process of passing out of the urine, and you have to remember the concentration of the urine ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ, the composition of the urine ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 95% water, okay, then 2.5% urea, then 2.5% of other substances ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ನೋಡಿ 0.08 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಟಿನ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇದು ಕ್ರಿಯಾಟಿನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ರಿಲೀಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ moves out. It is nearly 0.12 in a healthy person. So if this creatine increases by 2 to 3, maximum to 5 to 6 anta tagolli neevu. If a person who is losing 5 to 6 grams of creatine from a single micturition process, no, in that cases what the kidney is not functioning properly. Okay, so more than 6 ಹೊಟ್ಟೋದ್ರೆ a person has to go for a dialysis process. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಡಯಾಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. the production of urea is more in their body because the blood is not purifying properly, right? ಸೊ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕು 1.5 grams. ಸೊ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಿ. ದೆನ್ ಯೂರೋಕ್ರೋಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂರೋಕ್ರೋಮ್? UROCHROME. What is the pH of urine of human? 6. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Yes, okay. So it is a slightly acidic. Okay, 7 is the basic ಅಲ್ವಾ? 6 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Slightly acidic pH. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ, yellowish color ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. A particular odor will be there. Okay, then specific gravity ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಯೂರಿನ್ದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it is 1.015 to 1.02. Okay, slightly heavier than water. It is slightly heavier than water. So this is the specific gravity. Specific gravity of urine is 1.015 to 1.02 ಇರ್ಬೇಕದು. So ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ it leads to some disorder. So it is almost the regulation ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ. It is mainly based on the nervous system as well as the endocrine system. Both are involved, regulate the urine formation. So endocrine regulation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? Nervous regulation ಅಂದ್ರೆ nerve fibers, isn't it? So the nerve fibers are the nerve impulses arising from the central nervous system, CNS, that causes renal blood vessels to contract agadu athwa dilated agadu, eradu ondene. Sorry, constricted andre no, if the urinary bladder is completely filled, so there is a message will goes through the nervous system to the central nervous system. Then from that, through the motor neuron, it will go to a particular organ. So then only we feel like urgency to empty the urinary bladder. Next, endocrine regulation ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಪ್ಪ?
By hormones.
Yes, that is by ADH, isn't it? ADH, antidiuretic hormone of anterior pituitary. It mainly controls the volume of the urine. Remember, if what is the amount of urine has to be passed out from our body?
1 liter.
1 liter or almost 1 liter. So its a deficiency causes what? Diabetes insipidus. Remember, diabetes insipidus. Diabetes mellitus vere, diabetes insipidus. Okay, so that you have to remember. Then thyroxine hormone ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಒಂದು. Thyroxine hormone ಹೇಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it reduces the reabsorption of water. Reabsorption of water ನ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ವಾಟರ್ ನ, ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗತ್ತಪ್ಪ, the uriniferous tubules and causes diuresis. Diuresis is nothing but what? ಜಾಸ್ತಿ urination pass ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That is nothing but what thyroxine deficiency of that causes. Okay, what is the difference between diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus? ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದು, ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಿಡಿಪ್ಪ. Diabetes mellitus ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ diabetes insipidus. ಓಕೆನಾ? So diabetes mellitus, it is mainly by the deficiency of insulin hormone. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ produced by the pancreas, right? So it makes the sugar imbalance ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಶುಗರ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಶುಗರ್ ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಸಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆದ್ರೆ that causes diabetic mellitus. Even in case of urine ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಶುಗರ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಪಿಡಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ADH ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬಾಡಿಲಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಲೀಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಪಿಡಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯೂರಿನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಟು ಟೇಸ್ಟ್. ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ, ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಮೆಲೈಟಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಅಂತಾನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ದ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ will be moves out from the body due to the presence of sugar in them. Because ಇಲ್ಲಿ sugar ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಲಿ, sugar has to be converted into glycogen ಆಗ್ಬೇಕದು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಜನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಾಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್, ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಜನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದಪ್ಪ? ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪಾಸ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ಯೂರಿನ್. So in case of here, the sugar is absent. The sugar is not present in case of sugar is absent in case of diabetes insipidus. That is how they will make a difference. They will, if the person who will goes for sugar test, you know, okay, diabetic test. So they will collect the blood as well as the urine. Okay, in the urine glucose idre, they will consider that a person is suffering from diabetes mellitus. Okay, na? ಆ ತರ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇದೆ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ARF ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ acute renal failure. Acute renal failure ಅದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ, ಡಿಕ್ಲೈನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಗ್ಲೋಮರುಲಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್, GFR ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂತ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜಿನಸ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್. ಈಗ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಬಾಡಿಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವೇಸ್ಟ್, ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ARS. ದೆನ್ BP ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ BP ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕ್ಯುಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ವಪ್ಪ, ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ. ದೆನ್ ಯುರೇಮಿಯಾ, ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಪ್ಪ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10 to 25 mg per 100 ml. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? 100 ml ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬಾಡಿಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ 2.5 ಇರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2.5% ಆಫ್ ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ suffering from uremia, he will be having 10 to 25 mg per 100 ml of blood. Then oliguria, what is that? OLIGURIA. Output of urine is reduced. Remember, oliguria means what? Output of urine is reduced. It is less than 400 ml. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಡೇ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ದ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, 1.5 liters ಪರ್ ಡೇ. 1.5 liters, 1 to 1.5 liters ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಿಂದ ನೀರು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಅಸ್ ಟು ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ 2 to 3 liters ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಪರ್ ಡೇ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕ್ರಿಯಾಟಿನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇನು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಟಿನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನೇನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, nausea, back pain, edema. Okay, so these are some of the important points I thought of discussing with you. Still so much is there. So symptoms ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. renal calculi ಏನೇನ್ symptoms ಬರುತ್ತೆ, severe pain. ಆಮೇಲೆ kidney stones ಅಲ್ಲಿ what is the composition of kidney stone?
Oxalates.
Calcium oxalates. Okay, calcium oxalate, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು calcium phosphate. ಇವೆರಡು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ನೆಫ್ರೈಟಿಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಇನ್ಫ್ಲಮೇಷನ್
of glomeruli.
ಎಸ್, ಅಥವಾ ನೆಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಹಿಮೋಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ನ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆಗೆ. ದೆನ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪಾಸಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ಆರ್ಟರೀಸ್ ಗೆ ಅದು ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯಾರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? The first practical hemodialyzer was given by, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಪ್ಪ, W.J. Kolff. Okay, W.J. Kolff and H. Burke, B.E.R.K. Berk. Okay, ಇವರಿಬ್ರು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. The word dialysis was coined by Thomas Graham. Okay, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Then what is CAPD stands for? What is CAPD stands for? Continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis. Continuous, C for continuous, ambulatory, AMBULATORY, ambulatory peritoneal ಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಡಯಾಲೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಡಯಾಲೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 to 3 ಲೀಟರ್ಸ್, ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 1 to 3 liters of dialyzing fluid was introduced into the abdominal cavity. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಕ್ ನೆಫ್ರೋಪತಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, we'll start with the questions now. I thought some of the very important questions I have discussed with you people. Okay, coming to the questions. The first question. Animals accumulate waste. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ like urea, uric acid, then iron.
option.
Either A or 1 or 2, right? The first question, third option, correct. Okay, so it is not a metabolic activities, excess ingestion, excretion, ivadu alla. Okay, so among ammonia, uric acid and urea, which one is need the least amount of water to excrete?
Uric acid.
Very nice. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಿನಲ್ವಾ, less soluble, more ಎಷ್ಟು ml of water ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. Please go through it again. Third one, Malpighian tubules are the excretory structures of
Insects.
insects. ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. Good. Primary or main excretory? Mammals ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? I need not to explain everything. ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾಪ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Primary or main excretory organs in humans?
Kidney.
Kidney.
In humans, excretory system consists of
1, 2, 3 and 4.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮೂರೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. The part of kidney through which ureter, blood vessels and nerves enters into it.
Hilum.
Hilum, good. Hilum ಗೆ enter ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Which of the following is not a part of renal tubule?
Collecting duct.
Collecting duct ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ.
No, ma'am. Renal tubule not having collecting duct.
Renal tubules, convoluted tubules, Henle's loop, collecting ducts, peritubular capillaries. ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತದು? Renal tubule ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ, ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ. Renal tubule has the following parts. Proximal convoluted tubule ಇರುತ್ತೆ, pars recta, loop of Henle, collecting duct, collecting tubules ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. So peritubular capillaries answer ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. Renal tubule, peritubular capillaries is not a part.
Peritubular capillaries are vasa recta. It is around renal tubule only, no, ma'am.
Renal tubule, convoluted tubule will be there. Henle's loop ಇದೆ ಉದ್ದದ್ದು. Then collecting duct ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Which of the following is not a part of renal tubule? Renal tubule ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it starts from PCT, right? Complete renal tubule ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ parts ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ? PCT, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ Henle's loop ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ DCT ಅಲ್ವಾ? DCT ಇಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅದು? ಕಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಡಕ್ಟ್ ತಾನೇ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? Okay, where the peritubular capillaries will be present?
Around renal tubule.
Peritubular, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ confusion ಆಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ.
Peritubular capillaries are vasa recta, ma'am.
Peritubular capillaries are vasa recta, correct. But main parts is this only, right? Their peritubular capillaries are present around it. Renal tubule ಗೆ around ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, but it is not a part of it. ಹೌದಾ?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So the complete part ಯಾವುದು? Convoluted tubules, Henle's loop, collecting duct, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ part. But the peritubular capillaries are present around the Henle's loop. It is not exactly the part, because after purification, it will pass us through the peritubular capillaries only, right? So it is the fourth option. Yes. The eighth one, Identify A to D in the given structure and choose the correct option. ನೋಡೋಣ ಹೇಳಿ, ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಎ ನೋಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಿ ಕಾರ್ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ ರೀಜನ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸಿ ಏನಿದೆ ರೀನಲ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್, ಡಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯುರೇಟರ್, right? So eighth one is the first option. Correct, no? Any queries?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Malpighian body are the renal corpuscles. Are
Both,
Both 1 and 2.
yes, both 1 and 2. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಲಾಮರುಲಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬೌಮನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ಯೂಲ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. In majority of nephrons, the loop of Henle's is found in the
Cortical region of the kidney.
correct ma, good. So 11th question, not the medullary way, previous adala alla. In majority, juxtamedullary nephrons are found in the kidney of third option. First and second, both in case of kangaroo rat as well as camel, we can found the juxtamedullary nephrons. What do you mean by juxtamedullary nephrons?
The nephrons are deep into the medulla region.
Very nice, good. So Henle's loops are very deep and it will goes deeper into the medullary region. Correct. The 12th question, urine formation involves
1, 2, and 3.
yes, all the ಮೂರುನು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಗ್ಲಾಮರುಲರ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, tubular reabsorption as well as tubular secretions. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Then podocytes are present on the, very important,
Third option.
very nice, podocytes ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. epithelial cells of Bowman's capsule ಅಲ್ಲಿ podocytes ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Can anyone tell me what is its function? Podocytes ಏನ್ function ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? Yes, anyone?
They absorb plasma proteins.
Yes, correct. Okay, so plasma ಮತ್ತೆ proteins ಗಳನ್ನ ಅದು reabsorption ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ help ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Good. Then 14th one, GFR in a healthy individual is
125 ml per minute.
very nice. First option correct. 125 ml per minute. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷಕ್ಕೆ 25 ml ಅಷ್ಟು ಅದು ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು in a normal healthy person ಅಲ್ಲಿ. If not less than that or more than ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ it is wrong. So reabsorption of the filtrate in the renal tubules takes place by
Either 1 or 2.
correct. Renal either 1 or 2. It may be either by active means ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ passive means ಅಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ reabsorption ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, based upon the salts ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ the substance present in them, whether it is active either by diffusion ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. Percentage of electrolytes and water reabsorbed by PCT is
70 to 80%.
correct ma, 70 to 80% which is reabsorbed. Correct, not less than that or more than that. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾಲ್ಕು ಪೆಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. And organisms which don't have loop of Henle will excrete
Dilute urine.
correct, dilute urine. Remember, for the urine formation ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಯೂರಿನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ it requires a very deep loop ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಲೀಸ್ ಲೂಪ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ರೆ so it excretes very less urine. So 18th one, collecting duct of nephron extends kidney from cortex to
Inner part of medulla.
nice, inner part of medulla, isn't it? Inner part of medulla. Collecting duct nephrons ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅದು, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಮೆಡುಲರಿ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನೆ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೆಡುಲರಿ ರೀಜನ್ ಇಂದ ಯುರೇಟರ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ? ಯುರೇಟರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, 19th one, yes, choose the mismatched part of nephron with their function.
Third option.
Correct ma, DCT reabsorption of glucose.
Sodium.
Yes, ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ ಅದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್
Third option.
yes DCT reabsorption of glucose. Next 20th question, mammals have the ability to produce
Acidic urine.
Acidic urine.
ಅದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಲೈಟ್ಲಿ acidic. Hypertonic urine.
Hypertonic urine.
Hypertonic means what? More concentrated urine ಅಲ್ವಾ? Hypertonic, hypotonic ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, so hypertonic. Medullary gradient is mainly developed.
First option.
First option, correct ma. So NaCl ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, which is usually by a gradient ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು, medullary gradient. Okay, so 22nd question. NaCl is transported by ascending limb of Henle's loop, which is the exchange with
Descending loop of vasa recta.
very nice descending limb of the vasa recta, correct. So NaCl ನೀವು ಅದು NCERT ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ನೀರ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ it forms into what? If the dehydration ಆದ್ರೆ, so what happens? The concentration is more. Again reabsorption of water takes place, it becomes dilute ಆತರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So 23rd one, what is the obligatory water reabsorption? It is both 1 and 2. Okay, reabsorption of water from PCT, then reabsorption of water from the loop of Henle. Okay, both is correct. So third option correct. Okay, obligatory water reabsorption andre reverse process of water reabsorbed anta. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು water reabsorb ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ from PCT ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, as well as the Henle's loop ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ water reabsorption ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 24th one, the renal fluid isotonic to the cortical fluid and the blood is found in collecting duct and ascending duct.
Yes, ma'am.
ಅದೇನ ಆನ್ಸರ್? ಅದಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ, the renal fluid isotonic to the cortical fluid and blood is found in the proximal PCT ಇರುತ್ತೆ and DCT ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. So it is third one, the PCT proximal convoluted tubule and the distal convoluted tubule ಅಲ್ಲಿ, okay, the isotonic solution compared to the blood ಅಂತ ಅದು. Okay na? So 24th. 25th, osmoreceptors in body is activated by the changes in
All of these.
Okay.
good, correct ma, all of the above. Fourth one correct question. ADH is secreted by
Anterior
Posterior lobe
pituitary.
of pituitary.
correct, posterior alva, anterior
Posterior.
posterior, correct, good. So third one. 27th, osmoregulation is the function of
ADH.
ADH, good. 28th one. 28th one, ADH ANF counter current mechanism, which choose the options obtaining the factors which regulates the osmoregulation of body fluids. All of the above alva?
All of the above.
Yes, ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ regulation ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Our lungs releases 18 liters of every day na carbon dioxide. ಅದು ರಿಲೀಸಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು? ಅವರ್ ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೀಸಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅದು 18 liters of every day. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ 18 liters every day ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್
Carbon dioxide.
ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 29th is third option. ಇವಾಗ 29th one, ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ. Yeah, correct appa. 18 liters of every day, correct. 30th, sweat produced by sweat glands in a watery fluid which contains
NaCl.
NaCl.
ಬರೀ NaCl ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತಾ? ನೋಡಿ, ಸ್ವೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ?
All of the
all of
above.
the above.
ಯೂರಿಯಾನು ಇರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ. ಓಕೆ, ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ವೆಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ವೈ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ವೆಟ್?
During muscle fatigue, lactic acid is released.
That is one reason. One more reason is that our skin has lactobacillus bacteria, suitable bacteria is present that releases lactic acid. So that is how the skin is a defense mechanism. Easily ಯಾವುದೇ ತರದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ವೈರಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, it cannot enter in our body unless there is a damage as a cut ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ it will enter. Okay, otherwise skin is the first barrier. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ ಪಾ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅಬೌವ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, NaCl, ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅದಷ್ಟು ಸ್ವೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 31st one, check excrete their secretions in the form of
Uric acid.
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನತ್ತೆ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, cheeks. Then uremia is an accumulation of urea in
Kidney.
blood. Yes, blood ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, so 32nd one, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ನ ಯುರೇಮಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಚೂಸ್ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ is the ultimate method to the stage where the drugs or dialysis do not help.
1, 2 and 3.
Fourth one ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? Heparin and anti-heparin are used in hemodialysis. See, heparin is injected into the person where the blood has to clot. Heparin is used to clotting of blood. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಟಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕ್ಲಾಟಿಂಗ್ will be injected. When it is going into the patient after dialyzing, okay, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ the waste will be removed, and then again it has to be injected into a patient, right? So in that cases, they will add anti-heparin drug. So it will remove the clotting factor. Remember, heparin and anti-heparins are the drugs which is used to clot and this one. Okay, na clot, anti-clot you can say. So all of the above are the correct options. Okay. So cyclosporin A is used as an immunosuppressive agent. Adu gottide nimge. So 33 all are correct.
Fourth option.
Fourth option. Next, 34th one.
Third option.
Cult, gottide nimge, high level of uric acid in blood. So 34th is third option. 35th one. Nephritis is caused by
Bacteria.
bacteria. Correct. Nephritis. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ? ನೆಫ್ರೈಟಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ?
Inflammation.
Yes, inflammation of what? Nephrons.
Nephron.
Yes. So 36th question. Urine is concentrated in which part of the nephron?
PCT.
The first one is CT is the option. What is CT stands for? Convoluted tubules.
Carotid tubule.
Convoluted tubules alle irutte. Which part of the PCT li concentrated urine formation agalla, hauda? Bowman's capsule allunu agalla. It is the filtration agent. Filtering agadu elli Bowman's capsule alli. GA stands for glomerulus. Adrallu kuda agalla. So the first option is the correct option. That is convoluted tubules alli concentrated urine formation agutte. Okay, 37th one. Which of the following features activates the juxtaglomerular cells? JG cells ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? Juxtaglomerular cells. ನೋಡೋಣ ಹೇಳಿ. Go through the options. It is the fourth option. Even in case of fall in GBR, what is GBR stands for? Glomerular filtration rate. What is GBR? GBR ಫಿಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ರೇಟ್ ಒಂದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? 37th one. Juxtamedullary regions of cortical nephrons. Bowman's capsule alva. Glomerulus apparatus. GBR. Fall in GBR, fall in GBF, and fall in GFR. All are important for the activation of JG cells. Bowman's capsule encloses the glomerular apparatus, right? Getting, ma? Have you all understood
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
Yes. And the last one is identify. Who will identify this one?
First option.
First option, isn't it? A is for afferent atriole, B is for efferent atriole. Very easy. So that's all the 38 questions we have solved from this chapter also.
Ma'am, can you explain 37th question?
37th question, Nama, 1 nimisha. PCT and DCT. What is GBR stands for? Glomerulus. Okay, that I will let you know, ma, what is this properly, because some printing mistake is also there, I think so. So GFR is that you know, glomerular filtration rate. Then GBR. 1 sec, ma, I will let you know now. Okay. ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾರು.
Ma'am, GBF is glomerular blood flow.
Glomerular blood rate,
Flow, ma'am. GBF.
GBF. Then obviously glomerular blood rate maybe it is. Athwa regulation, I think so. Okay, so glomerular blood flow, one we got it. Then GFR we know already. GBR, just check it now. GBR.
Not getting it, ma'am.
Yeah. Actually, mostly it is printing mistake, I think so. Otherwise, I will let you know what it is. GBR, GBF, and all the three which activates the juxtaglomerular cells. Just you have to remember what type of hormones which are involved in this. Renin, juxtaglomerulus, the renin, whatever. So please go through it, important points, and so many questions. I have that is from 2000 to 2016 question paper, important questions. Later I will be sending everything. Okay, so please go through it along with the answers I will send to you, so that some extra you can do it along with this, the explanation along with the 38 questions. Actually, because of time short, we are still completing 2 chapters every day. So it is still time is not at all sufficient to complete the entire syllabus with a very less time span. Okay, we will continue. We will continue in the next class. So are you all understanding the topics, whatever we are discussing in the class, ma? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma. Okay, pa. Then we will meet it next class with 2 more chapters. Okay, pa. Then bye all of you. Thank you, pa.